Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Just getting into the city on this late afternoon commute. I had to run a couple errands, but in this quick video I just wanted to go over a couple things. Now, like I told you, I look at credit files just about every day. So I was looking at this credit file the other day, and pretty much what I want to go over in this video is the importance of monitoring all three CRAs, all three credit reporting agencies, all your reports from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So I saw this credit file where this individual had a score that was a 700, like a 700 on over 700 on one of the bureaus, and the next bureau, the other bureau had like one had like a high 500s, like a high 500s, and then another one was in the 600 range. And the importance of making sure that you check all three credit bureaus is to make sure that all your information is congruent. The information that is being reported by this credit bureau and this credit bureau and that credit bureau has to be congruent on all three of them. And when you notice a discrepancy, you can contact these credit bureaus. Do not be afraid to contact these credit bureaus to dispute erroneous information, to dispute things that are not reported correctly, like the spelling of your name, your address, where you work, accounts that you've paid off that are still showing up, accounts that are zero that are still showing up, a balance, things of that nature. You need to report. You need to have the credit intelligence, which is what I always focus on in my videos, is that we have to take credit intelligence into our own hands. You don't need to pay somebody to make these little changes that we can make. I did notice one of those things too on one of my other reports. There's a time when I had fixed some items on my credit report, paid off an account, corrected information, and for whatever reason, Experian was not updating my information. TransUnion and Equifax had updated the information real quickly, but Experian, for whatever reason, was taking the longest time. I called the creditor and verified with them. The original furniture, the information, and verified with them that they had indeed submitted the information to the reporting agencies. Now, what you should also know is that every original furniture of your information, whether it be a credit report or a medical bill or loan or whatever it is that you have, they do not submit information directly to each credit bureau individually. They submit it into a system called eOscar. So they push it into eOscar, and then the credit bureaus pull your information out of eOscar, because these credit bureaus, there's so many original furnitures of information out there that imagine if they are getting hit by 20, 30, 40,000 original furnitures of information for the many different accounts that they run. So what they came up with a system where everybody pushes the information into the system called eOscar, and it's out of eOscar that these credit bureaus pull the information and update your records on a monthly basis. So what the furnitures do, they push the information into eOscar. So meaning that all the credit bureaus should have the same information, because they're all pulling out of the same platform, which is eOscar. Or they're all either pulling from eOscar, they're pulling from SageStream, which manages your inquiries. They're pulling from LexisNexis, which manages your public data information. So they're all pulling information from the same sources, meaning that the information that they have, each credit bureau should have the same information. Your addresses are being pulled from, again, from places like CoreLogic, LexisNexis, CIC. So meaning that your public data records should be the same. The address of where you live, where you've worked, and all that kind of stuff should be the same on all three. Your inquiry should be the same because they're pulling from SageStream. Your again, every balances that you have, whether it's your credit cards, whether it's your medical bills, what other loans that you have, all should be congruent because they're pulling that from eOscar. So there's no reason why one credit bureau should have this type of information, this type of loan, these type of balances that are different from any other one, because they're all pulling from the same sources. I'm hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Therefore, if one credit bureau has wrong information, you can dispute it and they can correct it. It happened to me. Again, like I said, Experian was showing balances and stuff on my credit file that had been taken care of months prior, and the other. So like I was saying, all these credit bureaus get the same information. So your reports, now they're not always going to have the same score, but it shouldn't be 100-point difference. It shouldn't be 150-point difference. It should only be within, honestly, it should only be within 20 to 30 points difference. And when I had that situation where Experian needed to correct their information that they had on me, my score changed and it was more congruent with the other two bureaus. So my scores are all within 20 to 30 point difference. And you can actually narrow that down. If everything is exactly the same, you can narrow that difference down to maybe 10, 15 point difference. Again, if all of them have the same information, you're disputing erroneous information, you can you can tighten down the differences between the three bureaus. So what am I saying? Make sure that you check all your information with those three credit bureaus so that everything is congruent. How do you do that? You have to make sure that you're monitoring and pulling all three of your credit bureaus. The best app to use is really MyFICO. That's the best service to use. You want to get MyFICO. I know it costs money, but what you can have a strategy where you can go on a 3-month plan. A 3-month plan, monitor your credit, make sure all the information is correct. All the three bureaus are reporting the same exact information, and then then cancel it. And then you can do it every so often when you want to make sure you're monitoring it. Experian.com has a similar service too, but I think the MyFICO one is a little more detailed. The Experian.com one is less expensive. It is less expensive. So if you want to go with the less expensive route, you can do that. That's what I had used in the past. Like I shared in my other video, I'm changing over to MyFICO, and Experian will give you, if you're not paying for it, they'll give you their one score, their one Experian FICO score. They'll give you that for free. With now, I do recommend that you go with MyFICO as opposed to, I do recommend that you pay close attention to your FICO as opposed to paying close attention to your Vantage. Just because, like I've shared before, most financial institutions use FICO as the standard. Vantage is great. Credit Karma offers Vantage with 2 scores, TransUnion and I believe Equifax. At least you can have those free scores and you can kind of take a look at what's going on with those. And then if you get the Experian app, you'll see what your Experian looks like using MyFICO. So you can kind of get away with this stuff for free, but I definitely recommend that you get on MyFICO for a month or 2 and make changes to the things that need to be changed. Make changes to the things that need to be changed, and then you can get off of it. Get off of it and get back on it whenever you need. But those slight differences in the information that you have can impact your credit score. Congruency on all 3 of your credit bureaus is important. So when you go in, because when a lender pulls your information and you're trying to get financing for something, and all 3 of your scores have a 100-point differential, it shows that you don't have a handle on your credit. You're not credit intelligent. You're not intelligent about your credit. It also shows that you may not be financially savvy. It just shows that you don't know what you're doing. So again, I'm always advocating credit intelligence. Credit intelligence is key. So let's be intelligent. Let's know what information is being reported about us, and let's make corrections where corrections need to be made, so we can get into those high tiers that we're trying to shoot for. So just real quick video, I just want to touch on that. Until next time, peace. Oh, and also check the link in the description where you can get access to my FICO. I may have found a coupon for you or something like that that can save some money for you in your first month or something like that. There's also a link to the Experian.com app in there. So again, click on that, sign up for it, so you can monitor all three of your bureaus. Thank you so much. Bye. Peace.